Hello everybody, this is me, Martel. I guess I'll do a True Force Lonely video, and that is attachment issues. I remember I was talking to my caseworker, so just a couple of days ago, so as I try to get some services back or so, because due to my health, struggling and housing, I don't know, I'm just going for a lot right now. I won't discuss anything. As I discussed the True Force Lonely video, she asked something profound. Don't you have friends or people you can go to? I said, no, I don't have friends. And people that's supposed to be so-called friends only come like once in a blue moon or seasonal kind of people. You know, this ain't me sound like a jerk or disrespect or anything, but that's where the scenario is around here, you know. If you ain't got connections, you ain't got money, you ain't high status, game over, you know what I'm saying? No matter how many times I can record music, got me, somewhat musical talents and all that. You know, doesn't matter how many people I get, people, outside social media, I literally have nobody to go to, and attachment issues. And I do have a problem with this my whole entire life, and that kind of hurts me as I'm looking back at my life though sometimes, with attachment issues. Like, I have emotional problem, like attached to people, if I'm really feeling person or feeling their vibes or something, I either go 100% or it's nothing at all. Then it took me a painful analysis that I have to acknowledge that come from my dad. Powerful words he always said to me: be careful who the company you keep, and especially growing up as only child and all that, as you can tell, I'm literally lonely all the time by myself and all that, just playing video games, or sometimes once in a blue moon, I do play with some neighborhood children and all that, but even then doesn't alleviate the fact that I was literally always alone. They got, I remember a painful scenario when I was a kid, like one of my neighborhood best friends at the time, we grew up together and all that. He used to always go see his family's brothers and sisters over the weekend and all that. And while I'm at home, while my dad dealing with health, my parents dealing with health concern, my dad was dealing with dialysis and all that 3 times a week. Dealing with school, I literally was all alone, you know what I'm saying? And I hardly get to see my mother growing up off and on. I do see her, but it's like a lot of it, not with her, but her family was not that good to me or her, And I always say to myself growing up, like, why doesn't my family treat me like this, you know what I'm saying? I was referring to my mother's side of the family, you know. And it pains me sad to say this was a black family, my mother was dealing with a lot of health concerns herself, so I didn't really have nobody to really go to. Even the worst off of family had a brother and sister besides myself, I remember I was on TikTok as I was doing a live stream and so forth. Someone say, why don't you just try to go out and meet people? It doesn't work like that for me, Even people just not approachable, not open, not vulnerable, not any way to talk to people, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's about money and politics or ignorant crap or social media crap or whatever the latest news and trends going on, It's embarrassing to say this at times. All these numbers don't really matter if you don't have no way of connection. You have no way to really connect with the people, you know what I'm saying? And that hurts me so much too. It's like, even I so-called went to college or so and dropped out a couple of days ago. Even I try to talk to people in college, they just don't seem all that interested, try to talk to me anything. And they very rude. Everybody from the staff, the ministers, teachers, just everybody in these so-called officers is just pure rude. Like, they have no manners, no class, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even about looks. I'm about connection, personality, and all that. If a person has no personality, you must be just dealing with a zombie. And that's all I seem to be dealing with, number of liars and zombies and just manipulators and scumbags, especially around my area. And I don't have, that's why I make videos. I make songs or so, And especially where I'm at is a very racist, and sad to say, predators and sexist kind of town. I want to discuss that. It's going to be a little bit controversial how a lot of women here or women around the area are very hateful and spiteful towards men here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference between I'm just gonna come out the closet and say, what's the difference between the Klan versus feminism? You know what I'm saying? And I say that because it's baffling how women are so utterly disrespectful, they spiteful, they're hateful towards men, especially black men. And no, I have not come at these women in any kind of degrading and demoralizing manner. I've never came at these women disrespectful. Just go to a place of business or or anything. You know, especially then with school, they was prejudice towards me, but they didn't want to come out and admit that. You know what I'm saying? I told one of these so-called head directors I feel definitely discriminated. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a black man, and I guess they didn't want to hear that or anything, which I kind of knew that was kind of true. So I knew they was very prejudiced and racist and even sexist. You know, it's nasty. It's bad enough to have a racial division, but even worse coming from a gender division. I feel like feminism have ruined everything. But that being said, moving on side, I won't dwell too much on that, but what baffles me, like everything around where I'm at, just, you know, chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Right, people. I'm not putting people down. I'm not exposing people or anything. That's not my style. But the environment here is very toxic and poisonous. You know, it do be some few good people, but it's like either they just move on or they stop talking to me, they stop dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, you know, and I had to get that out of my system because it's really a baffling and apparent disgust how people really around my area is. You know, I have no choice but to use social media because I have no outlet, you know. And people here, they just take advantage of people, you know, so they just slime balls, you know what I'm saying? Just they douchebags, you know. And I'm being conservative this kind of time. I ain't cursing and storming anything this time. Yeah, I kind of admit that it's really hard to make friends here. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to make friends in America because I'm not a persona. I don't fit the stereotype. Actually, I was just talking to ISIS about that. We were talking about how that if we don't fit the stereotypes or agendas or anything, you don't get accepted, which I'm kind of come from painful terms of that myself. And I won't say I have much love to her, but that actually kind of pains me that I remember talking to an older man on TikTok, and so he was saying, why do you try so hard to fit in and all that? Which I kind of admit I do want to fit in, you know, so nobody don't want to be fully isolated, you know what I'm saying? But I understand why a lot of young men or people in general are faking to make it, you know, so I don't advocate that. But I do recognize what I see, you know, and especially American culture is very toxic towards young people and all that. Those, especially with, you know, with disabilities and all that. I won't draw too much on that. I remember this actually was shared to me from another community. So how Westerners just don't care about family. They don't care about friendship. They don't care about their cultures or anything. And there was mentioned about how in Eastern culture, you know, family and being collective is much more important than trying to be individual, which that I want to resonate with that too. It's like everybody here is all a bunch of individualist slobs, stuck up douchebags and brawls and all that, you know what I'm saying? It's really that bad here, you know, everybody's stuck up and arrogant. Even so-called going to a so-called coffee shop, people not even know that. They just say hi and bye, like your common delicacies and stuff like that, your common decencies, but outside of that, there's no, hey, how's your day, how's the weather and all that. If you try to talk to the people here, we have like nasty glares and stares at me, you know what I'm saying? And trying to fit in modern times is pretty much impossible unless you better have friends and connections. What to do if you have no friends? You know what I'm saying? Like in my case, you know what I'm saying? I have no friends in real life, you know what I'm saying? Everything's all about money, you know what I'm saying? And individualists, everybody trying to one up on each other, everybody trying to take advantage of each other, and I don't do that. So of course I don't fit in, apparently. Closing up this video though, I guess True Force Loneliest video detachments, or I call it for this second title called Trying to Fit In. Unable to fit in, have no friends and all that, which that's still relevant and true, you know. You know. Or some say, why don't you so-called do all this meetup groups and stuff? I don't like them meetup groups. And a lot of them you have to pay. And why the hell would I want to be paid to be rejected when I can get rejected for free, save me 10, 20, 15 bucks? You know, 10, 15, 20 bucks or so. Why the hell would I want to pay somebody? I don't even know these people. They don't know me. quite apparently. And thanks for your time and all that. But not once you change information, not once if they feel interested to be on social media. Oh yeah, you got a Facebook, you got an Instagram, you got Twitter and TikTok and all that. You know what I'm saying? People here that they don't know how to really engage. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really vibe off the fake crap either. I can't vibe off of boring, vague kind of conversations. I can't do small talk. And that's my biggest culprit too. I can't do small talk because I get bored. I feel like you wasting your time and you wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? And it's very disrespectful to me, I guess because I'm naturally of a deep thinker, or I guess that implies to me since being an only child, I've always been a thinker my whole entire life and all that. So, and on the contrary, I don't really care about American culture or anything. American culture is very toxic, and I agree, it's funny. I guess being a black sheep sometimes, like, not know how to fit in or not know how to conform anything, And since I'm not a conformist, of course I'm gonna suffer and all that, But I guess sum up this video though, and it's kind of hard, cause deep down inside, it's kind of remind me of the Indian guy would tell me about. On a psychological level, you do want to be accepted and fit in, which that's kind of true, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it's hard to really deny that. And of course, everybody want to be accepted, It's funny, I remember reading this off this. My mind's just everywhere right now, my apologies. I'm going off this one thing that, and I forgot it was based on Happier Broad. One of the forums was mentioned that nobody didn't choose just to be a misfit, you know what I'm saying? It's what the lifestyle or environments that pose upon you, you know what I'm saying? Like, me being a misfit was not a choice, you know what I'm saying? That was literally forced upon me, So, I know my line's going on. That's something that kind of intrigues me. Nobody just come out the room, being rebellious and all that. Everybody was once a conformist. Everybody was once a sheep. It's still sheep. There's a difference between white sheep and the black sheep. They're still sheep at the end of the day, Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Martez out.